In this video I will recreate 4 different US Special Forces units in LEGO. I've chosen the Special Operation Forces from Operation Desert Storm, the Delta Force from the Battle of Mogadishu, Para-Rescue Jumpers, as well as the Modern US Army Special Operation Forces. First I've grabbed the storage box where all of my modern custom printed LEGO US minifigures are in. You don't see a lot of minifigures related to Operation Desert Storm, especially wearing the gas mask, so I've decided these will be the first unit in this video. I've then grabbed all the essential parts to build the minifigures. The first minifigure is wearing the woodland jumpsuit as well as the chocolate chip vest. I've added the gas mask, which is by the way 3D printed by Brickmania, also added this black Lego hat, and to sum it up, I've just had to place this helmet on him. To recreate the black bands which were strapped around their helmet, I've decided to use these black goggles and place them the other way around. The next minifigure is wearing the typical chocolate chip uniform, which was mainly used during Operation Desert Storm. At first I've removed the light flash hands and removed them for dark bluish grey ones, which work as gloves. I've again added the gas mask, the hat, helmet and the strap. The third and final minifigure is wearing a night desert jumpsuit. You know the drill, I had to add gloves and a headgear. A commonly used rifle was the M16 with grenade launcher, and luckily brickarms made one of these. I've also used 2 regular M16s. And here's the first of 4 Special Forces teams in this video. To present the minifigures in a proper way, I will build scenes for all of them. For the first one I will go with a small desert build with a freeform border. The modified bricks allowed me to place the plates sideways. I've then used wedged plates for the top. The combination of plates, tiles and curved slopes allowed me to create a natural looking landscape. Of course I had to elevate the back of the build by using bricks and plates. I've also complemented craters by using black plates and cheese slopes. The use of different types of wedged plates really helped create some smooth elevations. I've surrounded the black craters by using dark tan pieces to create smoother transitions between tan to black. After finishing the build I just had to add all 3 minifigures, and here is the first scene. The team is looking for enemy positions at the hill. Next I will build a squad of Delta Force during the Battle of Mogadishu. I've again grabbed all the bodies, helmets, weapons and gear out of my sorting box. The highly detailed minifigures are wearing knee pads, a vest with ammunition pouches, hand grenades as well as a US flag on their chest. I've again attached black goggles at the helmets, but this time in the right direction. This squad leader is armed with the K-15, which were typically used during the Battle of Mogadishu and was famous for its camouflage. Let's continue with the machine gun of the squad. I've added a head with printed chin straps on it, added again a helmet, and his weapon is the M60 machine gun. The third and fourth are regular riflemen armed with M16s. And here's our second squad, which is ready for intense fights in the streets of Mogadishu. If you have seen my recent video, you are familiar with the upcoming mock. I've decided to recycle it since this actually was the perfect setting for a Battle of Mogadishu scene. All 4 Delta Force members taking cover behind the wall and just spotted an enemy at the other building. The next units are Para-Rescue Jumpers from the United States Air Force. Their task is to rescue wounded soldiers behind enemy lines, and they're regularly transported by a helicopter like a Black Hawk. I've again grabbed all the needed parts and put the minifigures together. These minifigures are highly detailed. They are wearing a multi-cam battle suit, and the vest comes with fast mags as well as scissors. You can also find a PJ patch on their chest, which basically stands for Para-Jumpers. I've added a headset and a dark tan fast helmet onto the minifigures, and as you can see these perfectly line up together. His weapon is an M4 Phoenix made by brickarms. The second and third minifigure have the same loadout but different weapons. This M4 is called Pro Beardo by brickarms. The third minifigure comes with sunglasses and an M4 Force Recon rifle. And here are all 3 together which came back from a mission. This time again I've prepared a totally new mock for all 3 minifigures. I've already prepared some modules and will build an airstrip. The white pieces are supposed to work as landing lines. I've attached these to both sides of the landing strip. I've then completed this part of the build by adding a line at the back of it. You probably noticed the modified bricks in the white lines, and here's where I've added them. They allowed me to attach this grey bar sideways. I've then attached a way bigger grey surface on the other side. I've also added slopes to create a more unique border. And the final part of this mock is my custom built F-16. I've made this a while ago, but actually never have shown it to you. This is my first attempt building a jet, and I have to say that I really like it. I of course added fuel tanks as well as air-to-air and air-to-ground missiles at the left and right wing. The F-16 is a jet with only one engine, but it's very light and fast. Feel free to comment down below what I also can build, including this jet. But let's focus on the actual scene again. After returning from a successful mission, the pirate jumpers are taking a rest in their barracks. The fourth and final unit are the Special Operations Forces from the US Army. You know the drill, I will first grab all the stuff which I will need to build the minifigures. I have a special idea for this final scene, and you will see in a second what I have in mind. But at first I had to grab all the essentials, and to make the video as diversified as possible I've decided to use different weapons for all units. We of course don't miss hats, and this time I will mainly use balaclava hats. There's one thing missing, the helmets, and this time I will use helmets where night vision is attached. This also gives you an idea what my special idea for this scene is. But let's build the minifigures first. As you can see, I've removed the original hats and helmets made by Brickmania. This allowed me to attach these best, and in my opinion these really add some realistic looks to the minifigures. After attaching the head, it was time to gear the minifigure out with the night vision helmet. I've then armed him with the shortened down M4 by brickarms. To make them fit together, of course I had to add vests to all 4 of them. I am a huge fan of the balaclava heads printed onto dark tan Lego heads. I've armed the soldier with a tactical M4. Next minifigure is the squad leader, who is geared out with a walkie-talkie in his left pouch. I've again used the dark tan balaclava head as well as this M16 with grenade launcher. For the final minifigure I will use a balaclava with a printed skull face on it. The weapon again is a tactical M4. And here's my most favorite squad of the video. I'm just a huge fan of the combination between the dark tan vest as well as the helmets with the night vision. For this scene again I've recycled a mock from my recent video. I've placed them in a row and want to achieve a scene where all 4 of them get out of the water. I just had to surround the minifigures with these transparent 1x1 studs. Once this was done, I've turned out the lights and took this shot. After jumping out of a helicopter into a lake behind enemy lines, the soldiers are near the coast and get ready to complete their mission. Feel free to comment down below which your favorite scene was. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.